Hey guys, Jim here at Black Time Motors. I am on my way over to Zebra Built at the moment to do a consult on a car build, obviously, car build. But I want to take a couple minutes and talk about Sevenstock, some of the things we've been doing, why we've been doing it, and what it is we normally do, and just kind of all of that. So, a couple main reasons behind the stuff. Take those off and look at you guys, but it's a little bright out right now. So, midday, we're cruising across town. This is going to take a little while, so I'll do a little video and talk about some of the stuff while we're driving. We try and bring out something different. I'm going to keep these on because, man, is it bright, and I'm tired. It's been some long days. Anyway, we try and bring out something different. We rework the cars for the show, or give them a new look, new appearance, something, different parts on them, or sometimes we're building a whole new car, or we'll team up with somebody else and collaborate on a new build and bring that for a couple different reasons. One, it's a car show. I mean, I've heard from a lot of people that don't go very often because they say it's always the same things. It's like, if you've seen it 1 year, you've seen it, it's the same thing for the next 3 years. So we're trying to do our part and help that not be the case. Bring out something different, bring out whether it's new products, different configurations, different style, something different, so it's not the same thing every time. Show something new. So if you've been the last 3 years, everything that we bring is totally different. We haven't brought the same thing 2 years in a row. So some of the same parts, but as far as cars, styles, all this stuff, it's a totally different setup. It's a totally different, pretty much everything, to show a little more of what we've got going on, a little more of what we kind of bring to the table and offer the Rotary community. But also, we want a good show for you guys. You guys are coming out. Some people are traveling a long ways. You want to see different things. You want a nice show. You want to see cool stuff. That's a big reason why we do it. It can't be the same thing every time. We don't exactly plan on going as extreme as we do sometimes. We don't always plan on building a new car every year because that's just a whole lot of stuff. But there's a lot we would like to bring out there, and there's a lot we would like to show you guys, and there's a lot of questions that we keep getting. People have no idea what we have to offer or where you find things. Just watching on social media and stuff, people ask us, like, well, where do you get something? Like, well, some of the stuff we're the only ones that make it. Some of the stuff we're the only ones in the country that make it. It's a really niche market. Granted, the market doesn't support a lot of stuff. We've got products that we make that we won't even sell half a dozen a year, but we offer them because it's out there for the community. It's another thing. And sure, there's low demand for it, but once we've got the product developed, it can sit on the shelf, or it can sit there and we can make one as needed. Everything is not a fast moving thing. There are rare parts, and sometimes you want rare parts. We build our own stuff. We do the R&D and pretty much all of our own stuff. There are some stuff we reproduce. There's stuff that's no longer available. So we will reproduce some of those things and bring that option back to the community. Like I always talk about, there's kind of two schools of thought in the Rotary community. There's the purists that want everything period correct, and there's the people that don't really hold to those rules and they want something different. And we try and really offer something for both of those categories, wherever you fit. It's like everything else, it's a spectrum these days. But wherever you fit in there, we try and have something to offer. And there's not a whole lot of people supporting a lot of this stuff anymore. The companies that were around 10 years ago, 20 years ago, a lot of the stuff, it's gone. You've got a small handful of companies doing stuff for the first generation RX-7s. You've got a lot more for the second generation RX-7s and third generation, obviously, but it's the market, it's supply and demand. There isn't really a lot of demand for some of the stuff. So we keep things around that even though there's a low demand for it, we still want to keep it around and still offer it to the community, because there's still people out there that want it. There's just not a whole lot of demand for certain things, and a lot of companies stop carrying it or producing it because of that. So we are working on something different. Yeah, we're going to be there at Sevenstock again, of course. Can't miss it. We are bringing a whole different lineup, something totally different than last year, something different than the year before. Some of the components, some of the stuff will be different, but there'll be different cars and things will be reworked. We get a lot of questions. You get a certain product, it's like, okay, well, what does it look like? You take that fender and you put it with a different bumper, or a different wheel off, a different wheel setup, a different color. There's so many different options. I mean, we'll work with some of the FD stuff, and they'll be like, well, what does it look like with this bumper or that bumper? And everybody was like, we can't put together every single option for you guys to show. And when people send us cool pictures back, I mean, we'll spread those around as much as we can. And if you guys actually tag us in your stuff, tag us, Black Tie Motors, it helps. There's a lot of people out there looking for specific combinations, and some of you guys have it, and a lot of stuff doesn't get tagged. Tag us in the stuff. If you like it, tag us in it. It helps a lot other people see what you've got going on, see your car, see your setup, and it helps people visualize the different components together. That being said, we're working on some stuff. We're working on a little more FC stuff. Well, last year we were pretty heavy, or the last couple of years we were pretty heavy on the first generation stuff that we were showing. A little bit of FC stuff last year. We've got some more FC stuff coming this year, and we're working on a good show. So right now I am on my way across town. As I said, I'm heading over to Zebra Built, and we're going to kind of meet up and consult. We'll see if we get a little video on that too, on another guy's car that's possibly coming with us. So it's going to be a fun thing. As usual, there's always one car that gets totally built within the last few months before Sevenstock. So might do a Facebook Live later. Check it out. Maybe we'll get it up on YouTube as well. We'll see. But keep them rotors spinning.